So Homicide Watch Boston is a spin-off site. It's a partnership between Glass Eye Media and Northeastern University. It's run like our other partnerships where Northeastern does the journalism and we provide the platform and support for that.
Not just in Boston, but in cities across America where homicide is still a problem. It's just not being covered enough because it's considered, oh, somebody else's problem. It's not affecting, white middle class as much as it's affecting people in poor neighborhoods, and so it just doesn't stay on the front pages in the way that it should. And lives are being shattered all the time, and these are important stories to document in our city.
The idea is that for every homicide, you should know the time, the place. You should know the victim's name, age, race, gender. Date of birth tends to be really useful. Date of death, obviously. You want to know how they died. You want to know if they died at the scene or at the hospital. In traditional media, it is nearly impossible to follow a case through the court process. That cases tend to take a long time to move through the court system. In Boston, it can be 3 to 5 years that somebody can sit waiting for trial. And in that time, reporters leave, turn over, editors change direction, and the most important thing to understand about traditional media is that it's made to be thrown away. And the most important thing about the web is forever.
Going back to what traditionally gets covered, there's a lot of untold stories. The Globe's not going to go to a motions hearing. The Herald doesn't care about motions hearings, but somebody there might be very interested in the fact that this got denied.
We broke a really important story over the summer about a murder witness who died in jail. She had been a co-defendant with 2 other murder suspects and was expected to testify against them. She, as far as we can tell, committed suicide in jail. And because of that, one of those prosecutions fell apart and somebody who had been a murder suspect walked free, charges were dropped.
People think of Boston and say, why would you have something dedicated to homicide in Boston? That's not a problem. You guys have really low numbers. But if you look at the communities that are affected, the numbers are huge. You have people in parts of town where somebody gets shot and killed every weekend.
Violence, especially in our urban areas, and not just in our urban areas, but various neighborhoods, still goes on and still needs to be reported and still needs to be shared.
The comments that we get tend to be a sign that people aren't seeing this coverage elsewhere. I think it's something that is needed.